Hi everyone, Amanda Saladin here from Love Life Yarn, and today we're going to learn to make the mixed cluster stitch. So starting off with my slip knot here, and you chain an even number. Okay, it's a multiple of 2 stitches plus 2 for the base chain. So I'm going to be chaining 20 for my starting chain, which is going to be 18 stitches wide plus 2 stitches for that turning base chain. Okay, now that we have our chain, we're actually going to skip the first 2 chains and we're going to single crochet in this 3rd chain. I know with a normal single crochet you only skip 1 chain, but for this stitch pattern it calls for skipping 2. And now we're going to just single crochet all the way across to the end of the row. And that should give us 18 single crochets. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward here, just single crochet across to the end. And here we are at our last 2 chains. So I'm going to single crochet in these last 2. And then we're going to turn. Okay, got a nice row of single crochet. And turn for row 2. Now chain 2 for the turning chain there. And we're working in this very first stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, skip the stitch in the middle there. We're going to have 1 stitch left up in the middle. Insert to the next, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop in the same stitch. Now you're going to have 6 stitches, 6 loops on your hook, and then draw through. And now we're going to chain 1. Okay, there'll be chain 1 in between each mixed cluster stitch. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through, skip, and now yarn, drop loop, yarn over. So you're drawing up 2 loops in the second stitch. Chain 1 in between each, yarn over, insert in the same stitch, draw through 2 loops, skip, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw up a loop, 6 loops on hook, and draw through. Again, chain 1, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, draw through the first 2, skip, drop a loop, yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 6. So we're just repeating this with a chain 1 in between each one of our mixed cluster stitches. Make sure you always have a skipped stitch in between and that you draw up 2 loops in the second stitch. It gives it a nice look. I really like the mixed cluster stitch. So we're just continue working our way across. And after this, you're really just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So you'll work a row of single crochet and then a row of these mixed cluster stitches. Be sure to visit love.life.yarn.com for over 100 free patterns as well as lots of stitch tutorials, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're almost done with this one here. We're almost to the last stitch, so we're getting the next to last one. Now chain 1, here we go, last mixed cluster. Okay, and there's the very last stitch, which was kind of our turning chain here. So just work it, mine always ends up tight. So just do your best to work into your turning chain. There we go. So I'm going to do the same thing where I'm drawing up 2 loops. And then drawing through all 6. And now work a half double crochet into the same space. And here's our row of mixed cluster stitches. Now when we're working across the next row, which would be row 3, you're going to skip that very first where you half double crocheted right here. And you're just going to work your single crochet all the way across. And you should still have the same number of stitches. In our case, it's 18, so you're working into each mixed cluster stitch and chain 1. So your stitch count does not change in this pattern. You're going to have the same number of stitches each row. And if you like to count, which I find that I don't count the mixed cluster stitches, but I do count my single crochets just to make sure I'm staying even. So you'll just work all the way across. Okay, and now you can see our pattern taking shape with our mixed cluster stitches and single crochets right here. And now we're going to turn and just repeat. So you'll repeat row 2, the mixed cluster stitch, remember to chain 2 at the beginning and yarn over, insert into the first stitch, bring up a loop, draw through first 2, skip, and drop a loop twice with the yarn over in between, 6 loops on hook, pull through, chain 1. And you'll repeat this and then follow with a single crochet, and that will give you the mixed cluster stitch. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.